Do do do, theme song. Do do do, I'm broke so this is my theme song. Do do do, just imagine this is an awesome theme song. Do do, theme song. Hello, welcome to Left of the Box. Bonjour, bienvenue. I'm Sandy. Quick, without looking it up. Who's the mayor of your city? How about who's your ward councillor? Do you even know which ward you're in? Did you know that we vote for people to be on the school boards in Canada? How about when is your next municipal election? Is there even such a thing as good vegan bacon? All important questions, but why are they important? Your municipal government has the biggest impact over your day-to-day life, yet it has the lowest voter turnout. And voter turnout for provincial and federal elections suck. This matters because due to low voter turnout, the Doug Ford Conservatives were re-elected to another 4 years with only 18% of possible votes. Yep, 18%, which is weird because it kind of feels like Ontario was doomed to try to survive the next 4 years with only 18% lung capacity. I believe in the phrase, get informed, get involved. So I'm going to give you a 101 on municipal elections and encourage you to vote. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share my content. Twitter! I might be on there from time to time. You can find me there. If you can, please support my channel by becoming a patron or purchasing something off my wish list to help build my studio. Linked below. Every little bit helps. One of the biggest holdbacks of people getting involved with municipal elections is it's on the voter to do a lot of the work. Candidates, while they may support provincial and federal parties, are nonpartisan. You can't just go to the NDP webpage, find your candidate, and have a party platform. You have to search for them all individually. Unlike if you're running on behalf of a party, it's on the candidate to organize volunteers, make materials, take care of finances, schedules, and so on. If a candidate knocks on your door, great, you can ask them directly what they're passionate about. But many candidates have to door knock around work hours or don't have a bunch of volunteers to help, so you may not see them. If possible, go to debates and town halls to get a feel for who the candidates are. If a candidate can't do the bare minimum for their campaign, like have a web page or reply to emails, probably not worth your time. Even incumbents can have a hard time with their campaign, like Alan Hubley, councillor for Ward 23 in Ottawa. He wasn't fast enough to reclaim his campaign web domain, so someone did it for him. Oh, here you go. Alan Hubley is currently seeking to be elected to his 4th term out of the 2 he originally promised to be in for. Alan Hubley's list of accomplishments. Let's see, let's check out a couple of these. Ooh, property taxes. They're too high. That's why Alan Hubley voted to give $2.9 million tax break to a Porsche dealership. But don't worry, that dealership has an IOU with the city 10 years from now. And they promise they won't move cities or declare bankruptcy before then. After all, why would a company ever lie to us? Nortel is still here. Wait. Let's see. Ooh, transit is important. As transit commissioner, Hubley was out there making sure buses were on time and that routes made sense. Just joking. He voted for fare increases every single time, even during the pandemic. Climate change. That's important. Alan Hubley's stance on climate change is best summed up in his own words. Has anyone ever died of climate change? Declare climate change an emergency? Voted against that. Citizens' right to a healthy and safe environment? Voted against that. The Freedom Convoy. This is important for Ottawa. After 23 days of doing nothing, Alan Hubley finally got the courage to stand up to the occupiers and tweeted a sheepish thank you to the police. There's lots more fun on this webpage. You can go check it out. I've linked it below. Based on this picture here, you can probably tell his politics lie a little right-wing, and it'd be a good time to vote him out. But here's why municipal elections are so important. That's where the decisions are made about zoning, parks, parking, garbage pickup, safe injection sites, policing, bike lanes, bylaws, snow clearing, accessibility, new developments, transit, and so much more. So the 101 on municipal elections. When are municipal elections held? Municipal elections are held every 4 years and across a province all at once. The provinces with elections this year are BC, October 15th. Yeah, sorry I didn't get this out sooner. I recommend you check out the Serfs if you live in BC. I'll link to their Twitch and YouTube page below. They have talked a little bit about municipal elections in that area. Ontario, October 24th. That's my territory. Manitoba, October 26th, and PEI, November 17th. I've linked to a webpage in the description box that has a municipal election schedule. Please check it out and see when your next municipal elections are going to be held. Who do you vote for? This will vary depending on where you live. The best way to find out is to go to your city and regional web pages. Unfortunately, all of them will have different layouts and not all of them are easy to navigate. You may have to do some searching, but all of them should have the different positions you vote for with a list of who's running and links to their web pages, if they have one. You can also find out which city ward you're living in. Because participation in municipal elections is so low, some seats may go empty or are claimed because only one person ran for them. If you're in an area like that, the next election, consider running yourself. For a rundown of the different positions, I'll use my region as an example. Mayor. When elected, they're also part of the regional council. The mayor is kind of like a figurehead for the city. It's important for them to represent their city by showing up to ceremonies, ribbon cutting, talking to the media when big events happen, arguing with the provincial government over funding, and so on. They don't have the power to unilaterally do anything, but they have massive influence. Ward councillor, that's the person you contact if you have questions about municipal issues in your area. You have the regional chair and you have regional councillors. In my area, you vote for 2 candidates for regional council. Think of them as the power brokers for the cities. They look after the broader issues like public health, waste management, and public transit. Some responsibilities are shared with the municipalities. In a future 101 video, I'll do a breakdown of what every level of government is responsible for, so the next time someone yells, "Jurisdiction!" you'll know they're trying to justify inactions. School board trustees. Look at your city webpage ahead of time so you know how many people you can vote for per position. For my English public school board, you vote for 3 candidates, 2 for the English Catholic and 1 for both the French public and French Catholic school boards. About this. I don't believe taxpayer money should be going towards religious school boards, especially ones that don't believe in equal rights or believe it's a sin to be queer. I'm also against private schools. Education should be universal and not dictated by religious dogma. Right-wingers are exceedingly good at organizing, and they're coordinating their efforts to take over the school boards. If a candidate says they're part of the FAIR, Blueprint for Canada, or Campaign for Life organizations, instant red flag. Here's an example of what to look out for. Graham Noble, a candidate for the Hamilton Wentworth District School Board, tweeted this out. "No, this isn't a joke. This really is who I'm running against." And of course her signs went up today of all days. That was September 30th, the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Then again, maybe she just missed the Orange Shirt Day memo because she doesn't see color. Way to tell people you don't believe every child matters. Huh. Let's see who he's talking about. We have here a tweet from Catherine. Excellent article on the benefits of colonialism. Okay. The notion that colonialism is always and everywhere a bad thing needs to be rethought in the light of the grave human toll of a century of anti-colonial regimes and policies. Or how about the unmarked graves of Indigenous children caused by colonialism? Seem to have left that out. She goes on to tweet some other complete nonsense, unfactual nonsense, but let's go to her bio to get a little bit better view of who she is. Okay, we have here stop woke activism in our schools. Yeah, this is off to a good start. Catherine, candidate for HWDSB, that's the Hamilton Wentworth District School Board Trustee, Ward 15. Wife and mother. Nothing wrong with that. Opposing indoctrination in K through 12. That's not a problem. In Canada, there's no indoctrinating going on in our schools. Parental rights. Here we go. Parental rights. That there is a red flag. You see, parents don't have rights, they have responsibilities. Children have rights. And then she also wants transparency, but she's not being very transparent with what she is saying. What she is saying is that she's against the gay agenda that doesn't exist, and that she doesn't believe a child should be allowed to express their gender identity and start transitioning. Not only for her children, but for all other children, because somehow allowing children to live their lives as who they are is a threat to her and her beliefs. People like her should not be allowed to get in a position of dictating what happens in our schools. Let's compare this with Graham's Twitter bio. So we have here Graham Noble. Oh, he has his pronouns in his name. He's running for the HWDS trustee, Ward 15, an OIS grown educator, student advocate, educational researcher. So he actually has experience in education when it comes to education. He's progressive and a humanist. Yeah, he sounds like a much better candidate than Catherine. If you're in the Hamilton Wentworth area, I'd vote for him over her easily. If you don't have the time to check into every candidate and want help figuring out who to avoid, reach out to your local grassroots organizations or activists and ask for recommendations. To help paint a picture of how important municipal elections are, a couple of examples that made national news. Remember the Ottawa convoy? Feels like it was a long time ago, but it wasn't. For a month, it terrorized the city while the municipal government did little to quell it. They were the first line of defense, and they failed, allowing the occupation to exacerbate and go on for so long. The mayor, Jim Watson, didn't take advantage of the resources they had to get it under control from the get-go. He's not running for re-election, but other councillors are. If you're in the Ottawa area, you may want to check into the incumbents and see if they supported or spoke out against the convoy. You may not know who your mayor is, but there's a good chance you know Toronto's mayor, John Tory, who definitely isn't a vampire, as proven by the lack of reaction to the silver spoon up his ass. Videos of the horrific encampment destructions and police brutality in Toronto are available online. I talk about what happened in my videos, Policing Poverty and No Place for a Home, linked below. John was smug and dismissive of the people who were traumatized by the actions of the police on behalf of the city and by his direction. And here's the kicker and proof: John despises unhoused folks. Between the police and private security, the city spent nearly $2 million destroying 3 encampments instead of using that money to help those unhoused folks get the supports they need and other housing initiatives. Support the candidates who will support you. What kind of city do you want to live in? One that treats people as less than because they have less than? Or one that treats everyone with dignity and respect? A city that teaches children everyone is equal, or one that bans books because they're too woke? Hopefully this video helped to inform you. Now, please get involved and go out and vote. Hit the like button if you knew who your mayor was. Also, hit the like button if you didn't. Vote for me to be mayor of YouTube by subscribing to my channel and sharing this video. If you're on Twitter, so am I. If you can, please become a patron to support my channel or purchase something off my wish list to help build my studio. A special thanks to those of you who already have. Salut, à la prochaine. Thank you for watching and stay tuned. I'm Sandy, wishing your tomorrow is better than your today.